Well, he's been a name and a mover in the Indiana tech industry for years, most recently as CEO and co-founder of Demand Jump. Now, Christopher Day has a new role. He's the new CEO, just this week started, of Indianapolis-based Elevate Ventures. And I'm pleased to welcome Christopher back to the show to talk about his new role and why he's taking it on, what he wants to accomplish as well. Toph, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Gary, for having me. Great to see you.
Hey, why did you do this? You're very engaged and involved in the tech community, started several companies, Demand Jump, the last big venture. Why take on this role at Elevate?
You know, I've been passionate about this issue, about the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Indiana for the past 15 years. And I think about all the great things we have going on in this state, but the centralization or pooling capital has always been kind of one of our points of a failure, right, or a nemesis, and needing to move up the funding continuum, right, be involved more in our winners of winners in the growth equity phase, while still powering, new company starts, which we're falling behind in. So, been passionate about it for 15 years. And just really excited to be a part of it moving forward.
Hey, give us a thumbnail description for those who don't know about Elevate Ventures, but what Elevate Ventures does, what its mission is.
Yeah, absolutely. So Elevate Ventures, it's a venture development firm, and they invest in startups and involved in incubation all the way through acceleration into early stage companies. And so that can be someone who has an idea that they're trying to mentor to start that company. Initial funding that could be as little as $20,000 to $50,000. And then mentoring them into their early stages and investing in future rounds, early stage rounds, up to $1 million.
Your predecessor, Chris Lamoth, did a lot to grow the organization. Really put a focus statewide, I think, too, to look at companies and startups and innovation in all corners of the state. How important is that to you, and is that part of your mission going forward?
Absolutely. It's the critical foundation. What Chris Lamoth and the team here at Elevate have built specifically over the last 7 years, and then Elevate as a whole, over the last 10 years, is just nothing short of phenomenal. Elevate has deployed nearly $140 million into the entrepreneurial ecosystem throughout the state of Indiana in roughly 475 companies. And we now have EIRs that reside in nearly all four corners of the state now. And in really pulling everyone together to pull on that same rope so that we can help all the ecosystems throughout the state.
What in your view is the real opportunity here as you look at Indiana from a VC venture capital standpoint? In the Midwest seems to be competitive, but a lot of challenges too. What's your take on the landscape?
Yeah, so my take on the landscape is about a concept called the productivity boom. The productivity boom is about the collision of data and technology with all industries. And so that leads me to think about Indiana is actually the nation's nucleus. The nation's nucleus requires 7 ingredients to make that claim. Number 1 would be infrastructure. Number 2 is talent. Number 3 is mission critical industry. Number 4 is technology. Number 5 is cost of living. Number 6 is lifestyle. And number 7 is regulatory environment. And we have number 1 rankings or top 5 rankings in every single one of those categories. And the biggest gap we have remaining is a silent export called wealth. So we take all the risk in Indiana, and we invest in all the startups and the early stage companies. But when those companies really break out and start growing, we don't have any participation, virtually none, no participation in the growth equity stage of the funding continuum. And that's how I think about Indiana and the opportunity that we have in front of us.
All right, Christopher Day is the new CEO at Elevate Ventures. Toph, as always, great to see you, and we look forward to following your story and your venture at Elevate Ventures. Thanks.
Thank you, Gary. We'll see you soon.
All right.